February 7th, 621. Black sheep, black sheep. 621 straight between the dates February the 1st, February the 10th, Tennessee. Here we go, showing off 9 hours promised. Big money pattern on February the 7th. Ladies and gentlemen, 4909. Black sheep on time to manifest. Met the deadline date, February the 7th, Tennessee. 6214. Promise to manifest that big money pattern. Told you to win, focus on my top 5. I promise the first 2 big money patterns will manifest February the 1st to February the 10th in Texas. Promise kept. Ladies and gentlemen, 097. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1 big money pattern promised to win on 131. Focus on the top 5. I promise the first 2, 427. Ladies and gentlemen, 395. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise if you need to win, focus on my top 5. I promise the first 2 big money patterns, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, 0923. Ladies and gentlemen, 0923. Wait a minute. I'm not getting no love. Yeah, let me go ahead and shut this down. That don't make no sense. I put a lot of time and energy into what I do. And I am reciprocating love as I see love. When I give you a big money pattern, the big money patterns are not always repeat numbers. Big money patterns will come from the sums, big money patterns will come from the pairs, and big money patterns will come from other combinations. Again, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, In order to win, you have to invest. 0923 131 to February the 9th. You see it for yourself. Today is the 8th. So if I am not proving that I am walking into other planes of existence and creating the number list as I see them and bringing it back to you real time, and you don't believe me, you don't receive me. It's as simple as that. 3105, February the 7th. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised that big money pattern would manifest February the 2nd to February the 11th. I triple dollar signed it and told you, hey, look, if you want to win, it's always going to be the first two, fire and triple dollar signs. Ladies and gentlemen, 729. Ladies and gentlemen, 22 hours. Black sheep will not lie. 729. Straight. That's 22 hours. I tell you that I don't practice this, but in most cases, I can and will make it happen. And I did that in 22 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, here I go showing off. I promised my VIP, the only motherfucking big money pattern on fire, would manifest on February the 7th. No waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, 817. Ladies and gentlemen, black sheep, black sheep. It's the underdog. Nobody will be fucking with those numbers. It's an algorithm, ladies and gentlemen, and the algorithm is energy, frequency, and vibration. Look at this. Over and over and over again, I am promising you, you can win if you invest in the best. I am the best at what I do. Ladies and gentlemen, 9903, black sheep, black sheep. They will not lie. Told you you would see it. February the 5th to February the 14th. That means that you will continue to see this big money pattern. Ladies and gentlemen, 1219. Guaranteed you would see that big money pattern in Florida, February the 3rd to February the 13th. Here I go showing off again, showing you that the black sheep is not going to lie. Ladies and gentlemen, the number dropped 1219. Ladies and gentlemen, 1219. Straight. Black sheep, black sheep. Woo! Here we go again. 90 deuce. Ladies and gentlemen, I met the deadline, proving to you that I walk to the future and bring the future back real time, straight by the deadline date. Ladies and gentlemen, 394. Ladies and gentlemen, the number one motherfucking big money pattern. You see it for yourself, 130 to 28. Somebody made a comment and said, how are they supposed to go back that far? You don't have to go back that far if you invest in your future. Stop fucking around and dilly-dallying around, pussyfooting around, and fucking around with your time and your money, and invest in your future. Invest in yourself. Invest in the best. And I am the best at giving you the dates that these numbers will manifest. And as you can see, it's getting better and better. Ladies and gentlemen, 5, 2, 3, 6. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you the top 2 big money patterns. Look, North Carolina for North Carolina. You don't have to use all 7 states. You can use your state for your state. And look at the time. You see the fucking time, ladies and gentlemen, at 3:17 a.m. That's a fucking time stamp. This is real. No Photoshop. Look at this. New York, New York. I tell you, I do all states to win. Focus on my top 5 3 digits. I promise you that I will work my fucking hardest to make sure you don't have to look that far. Straight. Here I go showing off again, proving to you my consistency. All states from February 4th to February the 14th. Ladies and gentlemen, 4, 3, 2, 5. Number 1 motherfucking big money pattern. I told you to win. You focus on the top 5 4 digits. Guess what? I promise those first fucking 2. They will manifest between the dates 2/6 to 2/15 in your state. Hello, New York. Here I go showing off again. Ladies and gentlemen, from 2/2 to 2/11, your state. Triple dollar signed it as proof. The consistency is real. My numbers will not lie. Ladies and gentlemen, you have 003. Ladies and gentlemen, my only motherfucking big money pattern on fire. I promise you, you would see it. February the 3rd to February the 13th. Manifested it on February the 7th. Ladies and gentlemen, 0970. Ladies and gentlemen, guaranteed no one would think about my black sheep. I told you, Tennessee, look at me go, 2/6 to 2/15. Ladies and gentlemen, 113. Ladies and gentlemen, check me out. Promised 113. The very last motherfucking number you see, I promised to manifest it first. On 12/7, less than 24 motherfucking hours. Texas for Texas. Texas for Texas. You see it for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, you have your 689. Ladies and gentlemen, triple dollar signed it. Promised that triple dollar sign big money pattern would roll out in Texas. Between the dates February the 3rd and February the 12th, you see it for yourself. You 4301, boom, boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise to manifest that number between February the 2nd and February the 12th. You see it for yourself right there. Ladies and gentlemen, 3681. Ladies and gentlemen, my number 1 motherfucking big money pattern between the dates February the 5th and February the 14th. Here I go showing off. Guaranteed the same motherfucking big money pattern would roll out for you. Look, to win, it's a prerequisite, ladies and gentlemen, to join my group. You have to focus on the top 4 digits. You know that they will manifest 131 to February the 9th. Yesterday was February the 7th. Look at me go. Ladies and gentlemen, 230. Ladies and gentlemen, promised the top 2 big money patterns would manifest in Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, 334. Ladies and gentlemen, 334. Triple dollar signed it. Told you, I promise you that I can make the very last motherfucking number you see manifest first. And I did that on the 7th. I told you I would do it on the 6th for the 7th, and that's what happened. But y'all not hearing me. Ladies and gentlemen, you had 9299. Ladies and gentlemen, Black Sheep told me, hey, look, ain't nobody gonna be fucking with that number. Make sure you include it. Tell them it's going to be a underdog. A black sheep will roll out. They pulled that black sheep to save them some money. Ladies and gentlemen, you got your 8720. Ladies and gentlemen, 8720. Black sheep on time to manifest. February the 7th. You see it for yourself. I told you nobody would be fucking with that number. February the 3rd to February the 13th. But y'all don't hear me though. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised you the number 1 motherfucking big money pattern would manifest. But y'all don't hear me though. I tell you over and over and over again that when somebody is raising their voice, either they're motherfucking crazy or they're trying to warn you about the future. So what are you gathering from what you're hearing from me? Because I can be called crazy if you want. Ladies and gentlemen, 057, boom, boom, boom. That crazy motherfucker just knocked it out straight and promised its debut on February the 7th. You see it for yourself. Boom, boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, 603, number 1 motherfucking big money pattern. Crazy as I am, I called it straight. Ladies and gentlemen, what is that? 5133. Woo! Black sheep, it's never gonna lie to me. Y'all hear it? Y'all see it? Y'all should feel it. Right there. That's a boom, boom, boom. The black sheep is telling you the truth all day, every day. Ladies and gentlemen, 1057. What do we have here? Promised my only motherfucking big money pattern on fire would manifest fucking straight. Y'all see it for yourself. On February the fucking 7th. Bam! I gotta go. Ladies and gentlemen, 061. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised to manifest on February the 7th, the very last day, you would see that big money pattern. Boom, boom, boom. The very last motherfucking number you see it for yourself. Here I go showing off. Boom, boom, boom. You see it for yourself 2 times. Here we go again. We have your 918. Number one, motherfucking big money pattern, 130 to 28. Ladies and gentlemen, 3850. Boom, boom, boom. Only motherfucking big money pattern on fire. Told you would see it. February the 6th to February the 15th. Ladies and gentlemen, what is this? 094. I told you, if you want to win, you focus on the top five. I promise you the first two will manifest. I did that shit. Ladies and gentlemen, you see it for yourself. 928. Ladies and gentlemen, 928. I told you I could promise you that it would manifest straight. Boom, boom, boom. Ladies and gentlemen, 3935. Ladies and gentlemen, Black Sheep on time, and look at thee. Woo! Straight! 23 to 212. Ladies and gentlemen, Black Sheep, 3935. 2 times straight. That's not by motherfucking coincidence. And Texas for Texas. Texas for Texas. 1240 did not lie. Y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. Today is February the 8th, 0208, 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see. Let me see. These are good too. 0, 2, 1, 7, 2, 0, 2, 6. And okay, let's go. Definitely got to go 3599 now. 6833 8055 9166. 4319. These are all dates. And we got the 4310. So we're going to see 9393. Definitely going to see 3737. Gonna see 8 1 deuce 9. Oh 1 0 1 0. Yep. All states. 9010. Oh, I did tell you this one here. Huge. And 3 6 7 4. And your 3 DeJoes, your 3 DeJoes, your 3 DeJoes, your 3 DeJoes. 7 deuce 5. Um, B80 613. Oh yeah, 697. Oh, 031. Oh, gotcha. 491. 079. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Take a snapshot. You're going to see this happen. Okay. Abundant prosperity in health and in wealth to all who follow me and believe in the hard work that you see me accomplishing every single day without fail. For the last 9 years, I've been doing this online and proving to you that I can make it happen. So, let's take a look at 367. Boom, 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 boom. Woo! Y'all see this for yourself. Number one motherfucking big money pattern. And guess what? It was Georgia for Georgia. Georgia for Georgia, ladies and gentlemen. But y'all don't hear me though. Y'all don't hear me though. I promised the first one would do it. Manifest. Told you would see it by 210. Today is 2/8. I also guarantee it would go to your state, Georgia. Promised. Number one, big money pattern. Straight for 2/8. I told you I work extremely fucking hard to make sure you don't have to go past that first number. There's some people that like to play all of my numbers. That's fine and dandy. But I require you to invest in the number one. The number one. Remember, this is for investment purposes only. And let's see here real quick. Let me go ahead and address that. Number one for Georgia. Again, if you're playing day by day, you're gambling. Now you see that I can do this in an hour. I can do it in a week. It's up to you on how you want to do it. Okay, so let's go take a look at your 4 real quick. Uh-oh, hold on. They haven't given it to us yet. But they did give us that 3, 6, 7. And I'm still waiting on your 4 digit. So while we're waiting, I'll bring you some good news. Okay, so you are going to see 367. You are going to see 736. You are going to see 802. You are going to see 187. Remember, we just got that yesterday, so that means it's still strong. This is a big money pattern. Watch out for 501. I also like it with a zero in the 4 digit. Watch out for 149. These are your top five. The very last motherfucking number you see is going to be 322. Your only number on fire is 334. And I'm going to give you one more goodie. 894. All states. Don't play with me. I won't play with you. I'm going to make the 322 heavy. I'm going to give a black sheep to you, 880. Nobody's going to see 880 except for me. Watch out for 824. I'm going to heavy it. Heavy stars. 127 black sheep. 604 black sheep, sum of 10. Watch out for 754 black sheep. You're going to see the 894. I'm going to put that one on fire. Why not? 875, 528. There's the black sheep. 149 heavy and straight. You're going to see 367, 736 heavy, and 802 heavy. Let's see here. Let's see here. 367. 28. 367 is a 3 digit. 367, Georgia first draw. Okay. Okay. And then we said we're going to take a look at the 4 digit again. They got 50 and 96. Okay. That's a black sheep, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out for it. 0569 0596 0659 0695 0956 0965 5069. Another black sheep. 5096 5609. Watch out for 5608. Watch out for the 6509. 6590. Watch out for 9056. 9056. Okay. Eight seven four one. Write that down. 8741. Heavy. I'm going to make that the very last number you see. Watch out for 8711 black sheep. 8777 black sheep for sure. I'm going to go 5690. And of course, we're going to go 5096. One, two, four, three. 1243. Watch out for 8721. 8721. I'm going to give that one 3 stars. So you know I'm promising that one. Okay. 87434690. Those are guaranteed to manifest. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, 5096. 4-digit. Okay, let's go on again. Okay, nothing happening right now for Ohio. So I'm going to take me a little slight break. Go make me a little bit of mushroom coffee. And I'm going to see everybody at the winner's table, no matter what. Abundant prosperity in health and in wealth to all who follow me and believe in the hard work that you see me accomplishing every single day. And I will not fail. I cannot fail. So, making sure you got it, because I don't want to hear nobody say I missed that manifestation when I'm giving it to you real time, right now, for free. So when you don't ask me for my Cash App, guess what? I go on hiatus. I take a break. Y'all know how to summon me.